Uh, a lot of things went into account, but it's a great organization, and I believe in us. That's the most important part. I believe in us. I believe in what we have going. I believe in the players we have. Even the pieces we brought in, I believe in them. The new coaches, and if we're gonna do it 1 year, why not run it back?
What stands out to you about Al Golden in your first
Um, just the vision they had for me. I was here early in the year. After the season ended, I was working out here for about a month and a half, and they would have constant talks with me, and they would talk about what they saw me doing in their defense. They talked about how I played and how they liked that, how they wanted to work around that, and I liked what I heard, so it made sense.
BJ Hill was telling us earlier in the week that the reason he believes that there's great potential for this defense going forward is the way you guys played the last month of the season or so.
Absolutely.
What do you see, or what did you see as the big difference between the last month of the season and the first 3 months?
I think guys just. I mean, it's sad to say, but guys finally bought in, and believed in themselves. You would hope that we would have done that the start of the season, and who knows where we would be at the end of the season. But I feel like guys finally bought in. They played fast. They believed in themselves, and you could see in every play that people wanted to win, especially on the defensive side. Trying to help the offense do what they do. So yeah, that's what I would say was the difference. And he's right. That potential. If we can keep a special guy, we have the same pieces, and sky's the limit, I think.
Are you hoping they keep the second guy?
Yeah, I'm praying selfishly. I'm praying they keep that special guy because he's a great guy. He's a great mentor. He's a great friend. He's a phenomenal player, and I know he's wanting to do what's best for him and his family. And the Bengals are trying to, help him and also do what's best for them. But hopefully it works out. God moves in mysterious ways, and hopefully it works out.
How has he mentored you? How has he?
Man, he's done so much for me. He's helped me. The biggest thing I would say is he helped me get over that mental hump from year 3 to year 4. It's no secret. My first 3 years, there were a lot of injuries, and even though I was healthy, there's that mental battle of trying to protect myself, my body, trying to mentally protect myself, and not get in a situation where I'm hurt again or starting the season behind and stuff like that. But he that third year in that off season, we both worked out together and trained up here. He helped me find that focus and get over that mental help, even with the biggest injury, which was the wrist. So yeah, he's helped me a lot.
Physically, what was the difference in the off season or in the season that helped you help you?
I would say last year I was more detailed in when it came to taking care of my body, in a sense of, in the previous years I would spend time. I would spend time taking care of my body, but I wasn't detailed. I would get here early to be in the training room or work out, but I wasn't detailed. As opposed to last year, I would get here early and okay, we got an Epsom salt bath, we got to do this, we got to, what I mean, just being more detailed in that, and prioritizing my body, and in certain ways, like after games and stuff, like choosing to prioritize my health and stuff like that. I would say that's the biggest thing in why I was able to stay healthy.
You and Trey are both men of faith.
Yeah.
You both play the same position.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, your personalities are very different. Why do you think you two are connected so
I think it's because I look up to him in a lot of ways. That's why we kind of just gelled. But you're right, very different personalities. But overall, he's a great person. He's everything I want to be. You know what I mean? In his football life and in his all out of football life with his family, with his wife, and his beautiful kid that he had, his beautiful son, TJ. He's everything I would want to be. And so I think the reason we gel so much is because I look up to him, and he, whether he likes it or not, he enjoys that role of being a mentor. He says he doesn't. If you talk to him, he hates when people come up to him and ask him questions. But he enjoys leading. He enjoys showing people the way. He enjoys being used. He would say it a lot. It's not me. I'm being used by God, and I think he enjoys that.
You know, BJ talked about a lot of the opportunities this year, follow up young guys.
Yeah.
You mentioned you as well. How much do y'all feel kind of maybe that version of if y'all want to take that next step, no matter what happens to Trey, y'all have to make sure that y'all are more productive as a unit, all the guys coming in and kind of doing that?
That's the plan. That's the plan as a defense. And even me as an older guy now, so to speak, I have to take that upon myself to bring the younger guys along. You know, we got two great defensive tackles in McKinley and why am I forgetting his name? Chris. Thank you. Yeah. We got two great D tackles on them. They're young and they need some guidance, and we have to do a great job of bringing them along. And like you said, we got to step up regardless of who's here and who's not. We have to step up, and we can't have another year like last year where the defense was pulling down the team. So big shoes to fill for sure. Big tax at hand, but it's ball, so you got to be up for it.
Seems like Trey's had such an impact on how much y'all attack, pass rush plans.
Yeah.
How much can you kind of describe that a little bit more detail, especially for young guys learning how to set up moves, and how instrumental has he been in kind of showing y'all how to do all that?
Trey's pass rushing technique is unique because it's just attack. It's attack, and when some guys might be looking to set other things up, he's thinking 4 or 5 moves ahead with his attack. It's hard to replicate, but it's very productive. And I think a way we can help younger guys kind of plan to rush like him is with their preparation. Trey, we would do pass rush preparations and talk about the moves we would use going into the game in a meeting on Friday and Thursdays, and just his detail in his work, and then also understanding that you can't look too much at what they're doing. It's all about you. You have to dictate, is what he would say. We have to get out there and dictate our rush. So finding that balance, I would say, for the younger guys, finding that balance of studying, knowing what your opponent is going to do, but also knowing that you have to go out there and dictate. Like, he has to respond to you at the end of the day.
Can you mentor Miles Murphy in the same way Trey mentored you?
I can. He hasn't looked up to me for mentorship, but I will take it upon myself to bring every person along the way. But yeah, I definitely Miles has all the tools, all the tangibles, and I do think when he does figure it out, he's going to be a phenomenal player, for sure.
When your deals are often referred to as prove-it deals.
Yeah.
Do you look at this season as your chance to prove what you want to do?
That's a loaded question for me because regardless of the contract, I'm going to do what I'm going to do this year. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it didn't matter if it was a 3-year or 4-year or 2-year or a half-year contract for me. The way I thought about it is I'm going to do, I'm healthy. I know what I know. I've had my experiences, and I have God with me. So I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You understand what I'm saying? So whether it's a prove-it year, whether it's a 5-year contract, this year is going to be what this year is going to be. So I'm not really stressed about having to prove it. You understand? So just really focused on coming out here and attacking, and like I said, having this defense be a staple, like it's been in the past years. In the year we went to the Super Bowl and the year before, it was a great defense, and just getting back to that standard and taking it a step further.
Jerry Montgomery comes with a great reputation.
Yeah, for sure.
Green Bay especially.
For sure.
How much interaction have you had with him? And when you get a new coach like that? Do you study
Yeah.
success and things?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked a handful of times while I was up here too, as I would talk to Al, and yeah, I'm aware of his track record. I'm aware of the talent he's coached, and I'm most looking forward to learning from him and picking his brain and seeing what he thinks about certain situations. And I know he can help me elevate my game for sure.
What are the next steps for your game?
Taking it to that next level. First, being able to have a full season under my belt and being available on the field, I think is important. And then just being even more efficient in the pass rush game. The run game is what it is. I'm always going to run the ball. That's a given. So just taking it that next step, getting to that quarterback. That's what this league, they pay quarterbacks that much money for a reason, because they can impact the game. So getting to that quarterback and being able to disrupt the game, that's the next step.
What do you remember about Al from your rookie year?
Not much because I was hurt that whole year, so I wasn't really around the team much. But from other guys, he's very detailed, is what I've heard. That's the one thing I hear. That keeps coming up. He's very detailed in a lot of things he does, and he does things the right way, and he wants things done the right way too.
Did you go into free agency wide open to any possibility, or was your thought process if I get a deal that I'm happy with?
Yeah.
Or was
It was both. I was wide open to anything because I knew what these guys who they had to pay. So I wasn't really trying to get my hopes up, but my priority was to come back here. I told them all the time, and that's something I made clear to Al when he would talk to me, Coach Montgomery when he would talk to me, and even Zach. I would tell them my priority is to come here. Hopefully we can figure something out and get something done. But I was trying not to get my hopes up because, again, I understand we have some dogs we gotta get some money too. So
How tough is that knowing kind of that balance? Obviously, you want to get paid, but hey, what the whole pie looks like.
yeah,
How do you approach that going into the offseason?
I mean, it's tough. It's tough, but it's the business, I've been seeing it since I've been in the league. I've been seeing it happen for 3 years. So you kind of understand that stuff. But again, you try not to take it personally and just hope for the best.
What kind of message do you think y'all were able to get all three of those guys back, Keaton, Paul, and Trey somehow? What kind of impact do you think this will have on the entire locker room?
Oh, it'll be great. Everybody loves those guys. They're great teammates. I think that's the best thing about all three of them. Their qualities. They're great teammates. They're easy to approach. I think Mike. Was it Mike saying something? No, that was Samaje saying that about Joe. He's easy to approach. I think no one in the locker room is hard to approach. Everybody, no matter how big they are, you can find them laughing with anybody. So they're great teammates. People would love to have them back. The confidence they bring to the team, like you're going out there and you have Jamar and T as a tandem. You can win any game. You're going out there. You have the 2-time sack leader, or was it 1-time sack leader? One time. You have the 1-time sack leader, 17.5 2 years in a row though. So you're gonna get that quarterback moving, get pressure on him, and then as a quarterback having confidence in your defense, and as a defense having confidence in your quarterback and your offense, that just elevates the team. So it'll be huge if we can somehow, God willing, get all those guys back. But it's tough and it's rough, and it's business. But fingers crossed for sure.
I think we talk about that a lot for the offense. It's a great opportunity from defense when you know that they've got all that firepower.
Yeah.
How does that affect the way y'all play?
It allows us to play free. It allows us to play free, and you just have that mindset. All we have to do is get the ball back to the offense. So if you know that, and 75% of the time the offense has the ball, they're going to drive there and score it. You can do whatever you want as a defense. You can call the game more freely as a defensive coordinator. You can go out there and play without fear of making mistakes as a defense.
What were you most proud of last year in your personal growth?
What was I most proud of? I don't know. That's a good one. I'll have to go back and think. I guess finishing the season healthy. I know it sounds like I've talked about that a lot, but it was just The first 3 years were rough. So being able to finish healthy, being able to contribute, because the most important thing for me was to be part of a team. I want to go through all the emotions, whether it's the winning, whether it's the losing, whether it's the whatever. I want to be able to go through all those emotions with my defense. I want to be there with those guys through the ups and downs. And being finally able to be there, unfortunately, there were more downs than ups. But being able to be engaged in those moments, be engaged in those emotions, in the wins and the losses, to feel the wins. I think that was special for me. So I'm most proud. I'm most proud about that, being able to finish the season healthy, play every single game, and go through that with my boys.
What do you think of Sam retiring and the possibility of how that impacts your role?
Yeah, that was definitely a shock. Sam's an amazing player, an amazing person. He's just the standard. When you talk about the standard, he's the standard. He comes in, does everything the right way, and he's consistent every day. You know what you're getting from Sam, and that led into his play. You know what you're getting from Sam. He's very reliable, captain.